869. Before we get in the program, Holly, it's time for this week's joke of the week.
So, what do you do if you lose your root vegetable?
What do you do if you lose your root vegetable? Call the tomato police?
That's it. No. Hope it will turn up.
Oh, okay. Hope it turn up.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. All right. This week's garden joke is brought to you by Rescue.com. American-made rescue products keep your family, home, and yard protected from pests, insects, and things like wasps, hornets, yellow jackets, flies, ants, and more. Learn more at Rescue.com. That's RESCUE.com.
All right. Well, there is good bugs and bad bugs in our garden, and then there are good bugs and bad bugs in our home. And many people whom there's a mindset of certain individuals that if it's in the house, it's got to die. So there are good bugs in which you would want to have in your home and around the perimeter, very close proximity to your home. We're going to go over them. We'll start with first spiders. Now, depending on what part of the country you are in and what part of the world you're in, there are poisonous spiders, and the identification of those are important so you know not to touch them or get near them or allow them to get on your persons. There are other good beneficial, spiders are beneficial across the board, but there are some that you wouldn't mind having in your home for a variety of reasons.
Yeah, so spiders are generally a good bug in your home. Now, obviously, as I mentioned, there's probably ones, depending where you are, that are poisonous or whatever, harmful. But they are, they eat a lot of the bad bugs. So that would include things like oftentimes
flies and insects, or mosquitoes.
Insects, yeah, mosquitoes.
Gnats,
things like that. And a lot of times if you see them, like we'll see them in the fall and spring. Mm-hmm. We usually don't see them too much in the summer and winter. Sometimes in the winter. But it's not the worst thing. It's not the worst thing to have spiders in your home. They are a good bug.
Well, this is also one of the reasons why if you see spiders in your garden, you don't want to knock the spider web down or try to kill it, because they are capturing a lot of insects that are bad, that are going to affect you if you don't have a mega catch or using Nat Green products, No More Bugs. They'll limit the amount of bugs that you are going to be dealing with when you're trying to enjoy your backyard or your property.
Right. And so I know a lot of people are like, no, I found a spider in my house, I'm going to burn it down.
No bugs. Yeah.
It's not the worst thing. If they do freak you out, you can relocate them.
There are people that have that phobia. We understand that.
Yeah, we understand that. Like, for example, there was I think it was a wolf spider that was in here, and I was like, that spider definitely belongs outside. It's not an in-house spider. So I did relocate it to the outside. Same thing if you get what are called daddy long legs, or people call them cellar spiders. They do kind of belong in the cellar or outside, so you can relocate them. Now, that's what I would do. Again, if you're terrified of them, they do make different things that you can do to catch spiders. We just let them go. Our cat is obsessed with spiders, so sometimes he does get them. Sometimes he just knocks them off the wall and then
whines about where it went.
Yeah.
Screams about it. Then I help him knock it off the wall. It goes on the ground, and then he loses it, and then he's mad about that.
Yeah. So anyway, spiders. The next one is centipedes, and I personally get kind of creeped out by centipedes, but I know that they are a good bug. It's just that if you do see them, they are very just like gross looking to me, and they also, I don't know, they're like slithery to me. I don't know, but the name comes from 100 legs.
Right.
I don't think they have 100 legs, but
they are. House centipedes are typically beneficial since they are predators and eat other insects. However, there is there is some things that you want to be aware of. They can frighten people, yes, but they are typically living in damper areas of your home. Let's say the bathroom, or if you have paneling or part of the wall kind of coming off, or a little piece that's flat, they're probably going to be back underneath there because it's damp, it's dark, and it's cool, and that's where they like to live. And you see them crawling around. You don't want to, again, destroy them if you can avoid that.
Now, they do eat silverfish. We're going to talk about silverfish in a second here. So they also will eat roaches, carpet beetles. I'm not super familiar with carpet beetles, but they do eat a lot of the bad bugs. So you want to keep them around. If you do see a lot of centipedes, at some point it could mean that you might be
got a problem.
You have a problem. Yeah, I know. Like the office that I work in our home, I work from home. Sometimes I'll see centipedes, but one of the walls joins the bathroom, so it's possible that they're around because of that. So then silverfish are these little silvery, slimy, fishy looking bugs, and they're not necessarily a good bug, but they will indicate, if you find a lot of them, it means that you could be having some sort of water problem. So if you find them like in your bathroom all of a sudden or underneath your kitchen sink, you might be having a leak.
You can also you want to figure out what's causing that, because they are coming in for a particular reason. Eliminate damp situations, and you will see these outside as well.
Yeah, so while silverfish isn't necessarily like a good bug, it's like a warning bug. So it might be able to help you determine if you could have, if you live in an older house, you could have rotting boards behind a wall for all you know. So something to keep in mind.
Silverfish may be brought in the house mistakenly. The pest can be taken indoors in dry food products, boxes, books, papers, fabric, and other items that have a high starch and sugar content. So be aware of, like, if you're letting something sit outside for a long time, then, I'm going to bring it inside. Could be the problem there.
Yep, you can bring a lot of little hitchhikers inside sometimes, so keep that in mind with any bug. So
I mean, so far the spiders, you're going to probably see the spiders more than anything. The house centipede, you're probably not going to see that very much, because they'll do a lot of traveling at night or when it's dark. You might see, if you're in the bathroom, scurry across the floor. But other than that, the wolf spider, what'd you call it? The silverfish.
The silverfish, yeah.
Yeah, you probably see that more, but just depends on your conditions. So yeah, there you go.
Right, and if you are, maybe you have other good bugs in your area that may exist in your home. These are kind of the top.
Pest control
ones, yeah.
Pest control.
Pest control.
And even in newer homes, based on where you're at, you're going to see spider webs. You're going to see bugs in the house. So that's just part of, we're living in their world, and they're tolerating us. So some good bugs that you may see outside. Obviously, we'll cover some of these very popular ones, or very well-known ones. The honeybee or bees, pollination, very good, and making honey. You don't want to disturb them. Now, if they are using your home as a living quarters, then there might be an issue. You posted, Holly, recently, the local ABC station in Milwaukee, they were doing some renovation. The story was that they found a whole colony of honeybees
and they
in the house.
No, it was in this old mall.
Oh, in the old mall, okay.
Yeah. So then, instead of just getting rid of them, they
which some people would, they just spray them and whatever else, destroy them.
They relocated them to a farm, a bee farm, or what's it called? Not an apiary, isn't it? No, it's not an apiary. Whatever a bee farm is, I can't think of the word.
But they did the correct thing, instead of getting rid of them like you would. But so that was a neat thing. Ladybugs, we see there's a difference between ladybugs and what is it? It's not Japanese beetles. That's not the correct term. They look like ladybugs.
Yeah.
You will get the infestation of them right at the end of summer, right in the fall, when you get that really warm day. Some houses that are not properly sealed up, you are going to get them in your light fixture.
And they bite.
They bite, yes.
Yeah. But ladybugs, if it's a real ladybug, they are a good bug. They eat aphids. And then if you do have them inside your home, they will eat things like mealybugs on houseplants, and then oftentimes mites.
Asian ladybugs.
Yeah, there we go. The Asian ladybugs. They will eat mites and things like that. So if you do have some in your home, you could just let them be there. That's another one that drives our cats nuts, or cat nuts.
And now for us, because we have a cat, if we see Tex, which is the cat, playing with a bug, we will utilize our technology and figure out what it is to find out if it is safe for him if he does choose to consume it. And if it is allowed, most of the things in which he gets a hold of are safe, and he does consume them.
Right, as much as we can. I mean, obviously there's times we're not home and we don't know what he might or might not be eating from the bug world. But there's certain the ones that, like, I don't think that would even come out, because I think these bugs know that there's
a predator.
Yeah. Exactly. Red wiggle worms. So these are kind of the common normal earthworms.
Right.
And they compost the soil. They add their own waste to the soil. They decompose. They're a good insect for your garden.
You don't necessarily have to buy them if you just produce the correct ratio of organic material. Worms will come. Now, if you're specifically creating a worm bin to compost inside or in a shed, garage, basement, then you purchase red wigglers and you can build your own composting community of worms to break down the soil and get the worm castings and the worm juice and all of that other stuff, the byproducts of it. So you can purchase that online. There's good suppliers out there. But if you're just trying to compost in a compost bin, then do the correct ratio of browns to greens and avoid the things that you shouldn't put in there, bones, grease, milk, because it can attract predator or attract animals. And your compost bin can be attacked by those animals and tear things up.
I want to talk about these the lace wings.
Yes,
they get the aphids. I don't think we have them up here where we are, but they are a good bug, and you want to let them do their thing. And they also, if they are in your home, they will get the bad bugs on your houseplants. So that's something that you might want to think about.
Also, something you want to think about is Walton's Incorporated for all your butchering and spices needs.
Yeah, we are brought to you today by Walton's Inc. Listen, we know you care about where your food comes from, canning, preserving, etc. But what about the meat at Walton's? They have everything that you need to go from animal to edible. And they also have meatgistics.com. It's a website to help educate people on the hows and whys of meat processing, as well as a community of almost 15,000 users who use that to give their opinion, guidance on meat processing issues. And they are decades of experience in the meat processing industry. They have also meat grinders, mixers, sausage stuffers, high quality spices, etc. So Walton's helps you go from animal to edible, everything but the meat. You can use code GROW50, that's GROW50, to save 10% off your orders of $50 or more.